On this episode of Rappers in the Kitchen, we're indulging in some spicy seafood Sinatra with a very special guest. Don't go away, we're getting it cooking up in here.
I was born in Yorktown, south side next to a crack house. You call the cops and you get shot down. I'm thanking God for where I'm at now. I don't chase fame, I don't need the problems. $1 million cause $1 million problems. Big made millions, Pac made millions. Both died violent, we ain't caught the business. Oh yeah, I see it clear, man. Hey, since my dad died, I ain't been the same. I pray to God that he rose and didn't see the flame. You know what the type of culture do to your brain? Every day above ground is a great one. Even if the pressure weight turns, it won't break us another day made. And that is inspiration. I can't let you blood circles drain my motivation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for joining us today here on Rappers in the Kitchen. I'm your host and sous chef, Kendra Jackson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And join me in welcoming our guest, Tone Butta, right here from the DMV in Capitol Heights, Maryland. Thank you for joining us today.
It's a blessing to be here, Chef K. How you doing?
Awesome. So in the beginning, they said they were going to give me a nickname, so we came up with Chef K.
Chef K.
Kind of stick. I like that. So you brought a wonderful guest with you today.
Yes, this is my sister, Miss Till.
Beautiful. She's here for support.
Yes, that's my assistance today.
I love it. Gotta have family up here helping you with the thank you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the kitchen.
I'm excited.
Good. So we're going to talk about Miss Tiffany a little bit more, but right now we're going to get into this delectable dish with Mr. Tone Butta.
Well, you know.
So okay, first I need to know, how'd you come up with this name?
Well, the name is Spicy Seafood Sinatra. For one, I love Frank Sinatra's music. Okay. I'm a big fan of Frank Sinatra. I'm a big fan of Italian cuisine. So I just put that all together, especially with a dish that we so love on our side of town, the DMV, Washington, D.C. area, Maryland, and Virginia, seafood.
Yes.
So, that combine that all together. And when I cook, I love to listen to Sinatra, and it just has a grand taste, like I guess we're going to get into the ingredients. I'm going to explain that later. But, I just put that all together and I was just like, it just resonated in my spirit when I said it, the spicy seafood Sinatra.
Yes.
I said, that's it.
Sounds so delicious and so classy. What wine?
I would have that, but I don't drink no more.
See, exactly.
I'm in a relationship with God, so I'm trying to, that's one of my biggest problems I had. So, I'm trying
not dispute that, but, just maybe for some foodies out there, a dish like that, what would you think to pair it with, Tiffany?
With red wine.
Okay, like with the red table wine, I can definitely see that. Well, let's get into it.
Definitely.
So what are our ingredients we have here?
Well, first off, we're going to start with, we got some green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers. We got some sweet peppers right here. We have mussels. We have some mussels in tomato garlic butter sauce, and we also have mussels in just regular garlic butter sauce. We have grilled chicken with rib meat. And we have spicy andouille sausage that is well known to be used in gumbo. We have our shrimp here, and we have just a little bit of steak. Just a little bit of steak.
All right, so we're going to get started. We're going to cook some rice with this.
We have our jasmine rice as well.
Jasmine rice, that tops it off.
Yeah.
So, Miss Tiffany, I guess we can get you to start slicing up the sausage, and we can get that going. So, speaking of ingredients, what makes a good wrap?
What makes a good wrap? Originality, authenticity. Because you can have the right words to say, but if you don't deliver it properly, then your audience can miss exactly what you're trying to say. That's like I can tell you give you some good advice, but if I don't deliver it to you, it won't be received if I don't deliver it properly. So definitely the delivery. The beat, definitely the beat, because it's just like a book. It tells a story. Your music tells a story, and I do a lot of storytelling in my music. So the instrumental and your voice, all of it goes together. You know what I mean? A perfect verse and a nice beat, it just goes fine together, just like these mussels and this Italian cuisine, this seafood. You know what I mean?
Love it. So you're talking about storytelling. Your name sounds like it tells a story. Tell us about your name.
Well, my first name is Antonio.
Okay.
In the neighborhood and stuff like that, a lot of my friends call me Tone or Tone, you know. And when I went to Job Corps, in Pennsylvania for like 2 years. Went to Keystone Job Corps, and I was always me, you know what I mean? I was always me. People always say, you smooth, man, you too smooth. So I would walk around, I'd come outside the dorm and be walking around with my robe on and my slippers and stuff like that. And I was always, every time they see me, I was always talking to different women and stuff like that. So I had a friend named Bar Fight Joe. He from New York, by the way. I think he was from the Bronx when we was up there. And he seen me one day, and I was walking with some female friends of mine, and I had on my robe and stuff coming out the door. And he was like, man, I'm gonna call you Tone Butta. And when he said it, I was like, man, I like that. And it just stuck. I kept it. I came back home, and I was like, Tone. I was like, man, I'm Tone Butta. And they was laughing like, you always got something new, but everybody that I said it to was like, I love it. And it just caught, and everybody was like, I'm calling you that.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. That's exciting. And thinking about what, you have a movement. It sounds like a movement or something.
Spread Love, Not Bullets. It's just basically me partnering with a lot of different nonprofit organizations and just people who I know who come from that background in the community of the street life, and, you know, just who understand what these youth and, you know, people who are out here going through with the gun violence and, you know, this, that, and the third is just people who can be a voice, people who have a voice, because you have to relate to people in order for them to really receive where you coming from. So you can't just take any old person and try to go out and speak to a people that they can't relate to. So it's just me partnering up and just the compassion, just being led by, like I said, it's all God, man. The Spirit of God, my compassion for those who are in that situation, the victims of the senseless violence and stuff like that, you know, because I had a lot of friends, you know, and family members to die to gun violence and stuff like that. So I feel moved to use the platforms that God give me to be a voice, you know, to try to be a light, to spread positivity, just to make some type of impact, just to make it better for whatever resources that I have, you know.
So that's huge because it affects generations.
Right,
You know,
right.
one killing, you might look at it on the news as one killing, but it affects generations.
That is definitely
There's someone
true.
who's actually missing from a family whose presence is felt or you know, just being gone.
Right.
So it takes off the balance of nature, of life. So yeah, I mean, that gun issue is really a touchy issue.
Right.
Here in this
And then we already have the injustice going on with the police killings and all that. So that just put, you know, that add gasoline to the fire. So, you know, it's like, I just pray to God and say, what can I do?
Right.
You know, I won't be able to reach everybody, but whoever he can use me to reach, let me do it. That's my service back unto God.
And that's
you know?
why we're here today.
Amen.
So we're going to take a quick break, come back, and then we're going to start up with these incredible ingredients.
Yeah.
We got the sausage cooked up over there, cut up and ready to go.
We're about to hook it up.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Throw down in the kitchen, chef. Hey, hold up. Hey, I wanna see you throw down. Throw down in the kitchen, whip it up. Hey, I wanna see you throw down.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
I was born in Yorktown, Southside next.
Welcome back to Rappers in the Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Kendra, Chef K.
Chef K.
And I'm alongside my special wonderful guest, Tone Butter.
What's
and
happening?
Miss Tiffany. So we're here today cooking up some spicy seafood Sinatra.
Spicy seafood Sinatra.
Gotta say it right. So what's the next step we need to take in the creation of this wonderful?
So the next step is what we're gonna do. We're gonna definitely get this rice over here in this water and get that rice
Get that
cooking
going.
up over here. And then we're gonna have our pan right here. We're gonna grease this up with a little bit of butter, baby. You know what I'm saying? Put a little bit of butter up in there. So butter give everything flavor, you know?
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna get these spicy andouille sausages over here. We're gonna get that cooking up. You feel me? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up these mussels. Can you cut that for me, Miss Cat? Chef Cat.
I'm gonna have to start introducing myself like that now.
Definitely.
You heard it here first.
Real business. So we're gonna get that in here.
So what's your favorite thing to cook at home? Do you often cook at home?
I'm gonna let Miss Tiff answer that.
Yes, he's the chef.
He's a chef
That's
at
Chef
home.
Tone Butter at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite?
We don't eat if he don't cook.
See, that's the kind of brother you want. That's the kind of brother you want. So what's your favorite dish to cook?
Anything dealing with seafood, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I love seafood and steak. And steak. Anything dealing with seafood and steak.
Yes, two things to love.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Do you have any like quick 30-minute meals that you might cook during the week?
I'm gonna be honest. I love to eat, so I don't really have a true favorite other than seafood and steak and stuff. I cook anything. I try to cook, every time I'm cooking, I try to cook something different.
Oh wow. Okay.
Every time. Or if it's whatever I have on board at the time, I would.
what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm a maker. I like to create.
Okay.
I like to create.
Oh, I love it.
That's where the spicy seafood Sinatra come
Yes.
from. I love to create.
So this is his creation, you all.
Exactly.
Gotta stay tuned for the ingredients and how to do it all. It looks and smells incredible in here already.
Thank you. So we're gonna get these mussels in here. We're gonna heat these mussels up. I got the chicken, and what I usually do is, can I add a little bit of water? Got a little bit of water in here.
Get the cup over
A little
here.
bit
I
to get the
that.
little juices.
Okay.
So what I usually do, because I get the shrimp fully cooked already,
Okay.
so
Agua.
I have to. But the only thing with these shrimp is these are the ones with the tail on.
Okay.
So
In here. All right. So Miss Tiffany, what's your favorite dish that he cooks for you? Do you have a
It's
favorite?
this spicy Alfredo.
Oh, wow.
Chicken and shrimp Alfredo that he cooks.
Goodness gracious.
That's my favorite.
That sounds good.
It is.
we just had some curry pork chops the other day.
Wow.
He did.
They was decent. They was decent. It was real.
I love it. So we are moving forward in this meal, and it's coming together real well. Look at that.
You about to
Look at
see.
what's going on, and the peppers. Oh,
we
my
gonna heat
stomach
this
is
up.
growling. You know, this is all where we always say get the smell-o-vision going. It smells incredible in here. So we are going to get this, keep this going. When we come back, we're gonna just have everything mixed together, and then we'll get ready for a special surprise. You know, that part of the show when our guest comes off the top of his dome,
Oh yeah.
talking about these ingredients.
We're gonna kick a little bars. We're gonna spit a little bars. We're gonna do a little something,
We have a
something.
surprise for you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Rappers in the Kitchen.
Real business.
I was born in Yacktown. Southside next.
We're back on Rappers in the Kitchen with our very special guests, Tone Butta and Miss Tiffany. My stomach is growling in here, y'all. So I think we need to go ahead and add up our spices.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do
We're
it.
cooking up some spicy seafood Sinatra.
It smells so good too.
Play that sound too.
My goodness. So first, what we're gonna do here? I'm gonna add a little bit of crystal hot sauce. I'm gonna put that up in this pot real quick. I'm gonna just get a little bit. Can you dab
All
it?
right,
Give me a little dab of that real quick.
Yes.
There we go.
I'm gonna turn down our rice a little bit because we are boiling over here. Good to go. All right, so how many dabs?
Give me about 3 dabs. One for the Father, for the Son, for the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
There you go. Boom, boom. Bam. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic to it.
Garlic.
A little bit of garlic.
And any place in particular? Or?
Nah, just let it go ahead. Let's
Go
just
ahead
let
and
it
do
shower.
that.
Rain down. There we go.
See,
Let me get a little bit of cayenne.
a little bit of cayenne
A little bit of
pepper.
cayenne.
Uh-oh, we gotta come back to cayenne. That's brand new.
For real?
That's brand new right there.
Lord have mercy.
We'll come back to
Don't worry
cayenne.
about it. Don't worry about it.
Actually, we good. We got this.
Good. So we're gonna pass some of these seasons down here.
That'll work.
We're gonna use a little bit of this garlic powder, but you can, preferably to whatever your taste is, whatever
Yes.
seasons you like to use. But this is just what I do, because I do what I do and I do it well. You know what I'm saying? So
There you go.
yeah, we got a little onion powder over here.
Tie
Hit that with a little
the
cayenne.
meal together like
Yeah.
this. This what you call this over here.
And I got the Italian season. We're gonna add that last once
Okay. Beautiful. Uh-oh.
It's all good.
Okay, because it's spicy,
All good.
right?
That was just enough too.
Okay. Beautiful.
So this is gonna be. Go ahead.
Ready for the Italian seasoning?
Yeah, you can hit it up.
That's the baby right there. It smells so good in here, y'all. I'm telling you, somebody got to do some justice with some smell-o-vision. Miss Tiffany, do you need the
Do I need some hot sauce too?
we good with that?
Nah, yeah, we good
Okay.
with it because it's
Little
gonna be in this.
onion.
It's gonna be in this savory juice that's right here. That I'm whipping up right here.
Smells so good in here. Okay. All right. So we just added all of our wonderful spices. We have our sausage and pepper going. Miss Tiffany got that on the one. And then you have the mussels, you have some shrimp, you got a little chicken,
And some steak. And some sirloin.
sirloin, and we got the rice. The rice is just about done. Yeah, we got some envy going on up in here. It's beautiful right about now. But we'll be back, and when we come back, it's time for the Fruity Freestyle.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We
See
got
you.
bars for you. Real quick.
Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother
I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
I was born in Yacktown. Southside next.
Welcome back. We're here with Tone Butta, and it's time for the Fruity Freestyle. Ready? Let's get it poppin'.
Throw down in the kitchen. Hey, I wanna see you throw down. Throw down in the kitchen. Hey, this is how we throw down. Throw down in the kitchen. Hey, I wanna see you throw down. Throw down in the kitchen. Oh, pass me the spoon. I wanna see you throw down. Throw down in the kitchen, Chef K. Hold up. Hey, I wanna see you throw down. Throw down in the kitchen. Whip it up. Whip it up. Hey, I wanna see you throw down. Wanna see you throw down. Hold up, cause I'm about to go now. Hey, Tone Butta in the kitchen. Hold up, man, sit back and listen. The beat just stopped, but it dropped. Caught me off guard. Hey, but shout out to God. Hey, throw down in the kitchen. Hey, throw down in the kitchen. We ain't finished. Hold up, Miss Tip, get him.
Red pepper, green pepper, yellow pepper. I'm there. To my right is Tone Butta. He's about to get.
Throw down in the kitchen.
Hey.
I want to see you throw down. Throw down in the kitchen.
Oh, let me do that over. Let me see.
I want to see you throw down.
Red pepper, green pepper, yellow pepper, I'm done. In the kitchen with Miss K. I must say, I'm having a lot of fun. To my right is Tone Butter, going down on the clams. Hey, pass me a plate. I want to get mine now. Miss K, I'ma throw it to you.
Okay.
Tell me what to do.
Miss K.
This your kitchen boo.
Throw down.
This is the first time you know
Hey.
that I've ever been invited.
Throw down.
Throw down in the kitchen
Hey.
with all these spices.
Hey. Throw down. Hold up. I gotta go one more time. Hold up. Miss K just killed me. Hold up. Balls. Hold up. Look. Oh, it went on.
My name is Hunter Hayes, and I know my buzzed warning signs. You have to write about life. One shot is about knowing my limits, or not necessarily knowing my limits.
I start with one shot to have a good time. Everybody knows how easy one can turn into five.
I think a sign that I'm buzzed is when I start solving not only my own problems, but the entire world's problems. Time to cut off. When I know I'm going out, I know I'm gonna start with calling for a ride. To me, it's a choice at the beginning of the night.
One shot at a time.
Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Rappers in the Kitchen. We're getting ready for our very special performance with our guest, Tone Butter, with Why the Good Die Young.
The good die young. It's about time we shed light in the dark world. It's about time we speak up to save the lives of our younger generation. Real business. Check this out. See, I be steady reminiscing about my loved ones that are missing. Some of them in the grave, some of them locked up in prison. Sad, that's how we living and these things don't change. Genocide steady rising of a young boy slain. But you didn't want to listen when they was preaching to you. And now your whole family crying cause you died like a fool. But who's to blame for the tragic of that young boy's life? Mama blame it on the killer, but she ain't raised him right. We all make our own choices, I can't pull no card. Mama never took the chance to introduce him to God. Papa wasn't ever there, so that made things hard. So we took to the streets, had to steal and rob. That's why we need role models for those that's gone astray, so they can have better examples. Lead them the right way. And some might disagree and some might could relate, but you better take heed to these words that I say. I hope you listen when I kick it. It don't matter where you're from. If you live by the bullet, then you die by the gun. Got some people's up in heaven, but we all got some. But I'll never understand why the good die young. Hope you listen when I kick it. It don't matter where you're from. If you live by the bullet, then you die by the gun. Got some people's up in heaven, but we all got some. But I'll never understand why the good die young. Some days I sit back in my room and just think, like, dang, man, I need to pour me a drink, cause I'm tired of feeling this sorrow. Nothing promised tomorrow, can't solve my problems with bottles or blowing smoke out my nostril. Jesus want me to follow him, constantly reading my Bible. The devil plotting against me, but please don't let him get me. Praying, hoping you hear me. So much death in my city, hearts that grown cold. Ain't no mercy or pity, ain't no love, you hear me? They don't want no pop. My heart's still hurting since they killed my main man Bob. It's so hard trying to cope with the same old thing. Police killed my little man, he was just 17. So we scream no chase for the sake of his name. Ain't no justice in the system, but we still locked in chains. It's a shame how my brothers kill each other for loot, or what a booker, and it's just how they do. Yet it's strange how we disagree and run from the truth. They say Black Lives Matter, yeah, it matter to who? My people die from lack of knowledge, yeah, you heard what I said. How we gonna stand up when we keep breaking our legs? Tired of seeing my black brothers getting shot in the head by another black brother who done left them for dead. I'm just praying for better days to see my people as one. But if you live by the bullet, then you die by the gun. I hope you listen when I kick it. It don't matter where you're from. If you live by the bullet, then you die by the gun. Got some people's up in heaven, but we all got some. But I'll never understand why the good die young. Hope you listen when I kick it. It don't matter where you're from. If you live by the bullet, then you die by the gun. Got some people's up in heaven, but we all got some. But I'll never understand why the good die young. Spread love, not bullets. Real business. Stop the violence all across the world. Tone Butter. And I'm out.
So we're back on Rappers in the Kitchen with our special guest, Tone Butta and Miss Tiffany. So here's our final dish. Let's take a look at that. So tell us about it again and everything that you did. It looks so good.
Well, what we have here is the eloquent, delicioso, spicy seafood Sinatra. Now the process was such a beautiful one, and I couldn't have done it without my team, Chef K and Miss Tiff. But, you know, it was just a mixture of, and it even gives you a message about life, how things sometimes that you don't think that go together, but if they put in the right mixture, it can be such a divine connection and a divine recipe, man. And that's just how God works. Sometimes what we thinking and what we think don't go together, God will put it together and mix it in, and man, it's like chicken and waffles, baby. But a masterpiece, baby, masterpiece. But you know, and Chef K came through and she added the garnishes and the cilantro and tell them what else you added on
A
there.
little spring onion or chives, cilantro, a little mint.
But yeah, man, you know, we got some steak in here, some sirloin steak. We got spicy andouille sausage. We got mussels marinated and sauteed in tomato garlic butter sauce. We got grilled chicken mixed with rib meat. We got shrimps. Man.
I'm ready to taste it.
Yeah.
You ready to just taste it?
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right, can we get a fork? Can we get the fork?
I'm gonna get the folks. Oh, go ahead. Okay. All right.
You gotta catch up, Mustard.
I got mine, baby. I got mine. You late.
We got forks. We got them. Ready? We going in? We're going in, y'all. Don't matter. Which way can we go?
It don't even matter right about now.
I don't
Do your
even know
thing.
which one I want.
Ladies first.
Here we go.
Because I was sneaking a couple shrimps when y'all went look. Go ahead.
All right, there we go. Ready?
Ready.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
So that's our show for today. It's so good. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to our crew, our way cool audience, our special guest, Tone Butta,
Real
and
business.
Miss Tiffany with this incredible spicy seafood Sinatra. Y'all gotta try this. Look us up on
Gotta try it.
YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe so you can get the recipe. This is Rappers in the Kitchen. In the meantime, keep it cooking. See you next week.
Real business. Keep God first.
Amen.
Real business.
Amen.
All the time.
Are we out?